Picture this. Instead of sipping your morning coffee while glaring at traffic and dodging air pollution, you're doing it in an underground utopia where the air is fresh, the lighting mimics a perfect sunrise, and the weather never gets hotter than your Wi-Fi router. Welcome to the Vault, Saudi Arabia's wildly ambitious plan to build a fully functional underground vertical city smack in the middle of one of the harshest deserts on Earth. If that sounds like the beginning of a sci-fi novel, buckle up, because this project, part of the $500 billion NEOM initiative, is not only real, it's already underway. This is not your average bunker or cave hideout. We're talking parks, offices, homes, transport systems, and entertainment zones, all stacked neatly under the Earth's surface. Call it SimCity, Subterranean Edition. Location, excavation. Digging beneath the desert. The vault is being constructed in Trojena, a mountainous region about 50 kilometers inland from the Gulf of Aqaba. Unlike the typical scorching heat of Saudi Arabia, Trojena offers elevations from 1,500 to 2,600 meters above sea level, cooler temperatures, and fewer sweaty armpits. But before we glamorize underground living too much, let's talk about the rock. Literally, engineers are boring into solid mountain using ultra-modern tunnel boring machines, removing over 9 million cubic meters of rock. That's enough to fill about 3,600 Olympic-sized swimming pools. And as of early 2025, around 300,000 cubic meters are already out of the way. Sounds smooth? Not exactly. The rocks range from rock-hard basalt to fragile limestone, requiring constant adjustments to machine pressure and tool types. Engineers must also navigate groundwater, collapsible soil, and the ever-looming threat of rockfalls. So yes, it's a rock-solid challenge. Building a skyscraper backward and underground. Vertical cities usually go up. This one's flipping the script by digging down. The vault will compress urban life vertically, just downward, instead of upward. Instead of sprawl, imagine neatly layered living, working, and entertainment spaces tucked into the earth like a well-organized sandwich. This stacking creates a compact, energy-efficient environment and avoids sprawling over the desert's delicate ecosystem. Every floor of the vault doubles as both a living space and structural support. There's no foundation in the traditional sense because it's all mountain beneath. Engineers are using reinforced precast concrete lined with polymers to handle stress, heat, and even seismic movement. It's like turning your Lego set into a permanent home with a lot more math and a lot less stepping on it barefoot. Climate control that would make a thermostat blush. You can't just stick an air conditioner in a hole and call it a climate system. The vault's environmental controls are the stuff of engineering fantasy. Think geothermal heating and cooling, smart ventilation shafts, and filters cleaner than your grandma's freshly vacuumed rug. Temperatures deep underground are naturally more stable, but not perfect. So the vault will employ passive geothermal systems to regulate temperature. Fresh air will be piped in through high-tech vents, filtered to remove dust and allergens. Smart sensors will constantly monitor and tweak humidity to prevent both desert dryness and moldy messes. And since there's no actual sky down there, the vault will feature massive LED sky ceilings that simulate daylight, adjusting color and brightness to match human circadian rhythms. It's like the sun, but smarter. Transportation. No roads, no traffic, no problem. Traditional cities are plagued by traffic, horns, and the eternal search for parking. The vault tosses all that out the window. With no streets and no personal cars, it's reimagining how humans get around. The core transport system. A futuristic mix of magnetic levitation, maglev, elevators, and autonomous pods. Picture stepping into a silent, sleek capsule that whisks you across your vertical neighborhood like an elevator meets train hybrid. The maglev elevators move people up and down at lightning speeds. No cables, no friction, and definitely no elevator music. For short hops, there will be bike lanes, walkways, and moving sidewalks. The entire system aims to be driverless, seamless, and free from the sounds of honking and engine revving. Finally, a city where road rage becomes extinct, powered by the sun, wind, and ingenuity. Despite being underground, the vault will be one of the greenest cities ever built. That's not just an aspiration, it's part of the blueprint. All power will come from renewable sources. Solar panels will soak up the desert's endless sunlight. Wind turbines will spin in higher altitude zones, and energy storage systems will keep things running round the clock. By eliminating cars and highways and clustering everything within walkable or elevator-able distances, the vault cuts down energy consumption dramatically. No sprawling suburbs, no daily commutes, and no 6-lane traffic jams. It's the Jetsons, but sustainable. No exhaust fumes, no honking horns, just clean energy and peace. Finally, even your toast in the morning will be solar-powered. How's that for breakfast with a buzz? With no cars around, rush hour is just you rushing for elevator snacks. They are basically building a city where your carbon footprint wears slippers. H2O's, yeah. Water in the desert. Water is life, and in the desert, it's also luxury. Fortunately, the vault has a plan. Much of its water will come from desalination plants powered by solar energy, turning salty seawater into clean, usable H2O's. Add to that smart recycling systems, and you've got a self-sustaining water loop. Gray water will be recycled for things like agriculture, cooling systems, and sanitation. Underground aquifers will be tapped carefully, ensuring sustainability. In short, no water wasted, no water wars. And don't worry, your underground morning shower won't cost a camel. Even your flush toilet water will get a second life. Talk about eco-karma. With smart tech handling the flow, it's like giving the desert a hydration IV. The only thing drier than the landscape will be the humor in your group chats. Materials that make Mother Nature smile. The building blocks of the vault are as cutting-edge as the city itself. Traditional materials like carbon-heavy concrete and steel are being replaced or supplemented with low-carbon alternatives. Modular construction techniques will allow faster, more efficient assembly with less environmental impact. Even the construction process is mindful. By digging down rather than spreading out, NEOM says 95% of the natural landscape in Trojena will remain untouched. That's like building a metropolis without trampling the garden. It's eco-friendly construction minus the guilt and plus the gadgets. Instead of bulldozers flattening nature, they're scooping space with surgical finesse, recycled steel, low-carbon concrete, basically the Avengers of building materials. Who knew saving the planet could come with high-tech flair and Instagram-worthy ceilings? Can humans actually live down there? Okay, so the science checks out. But what about the psychology? Can people thrive without ever seeing a real sky, smelling fresh rain, or feeling wind on their faces? Mental health experts are watching the vault closely. Artificial lighting can mimic daylight, but it's still artificial. There are concerns over social isolation, claustrophobia, and cave fever. NEOM planners say they're tackling this head-on with social spaces, parks, visual variety, and possibly therapy robots. Ultimately, if the vault succeeds in creating a vibrant, connected underground society, it could open doors, or trapdoors, for future cities in inhospitable environments from polar regions to other planets. Will it actually happen? Let's not kid ourselves. The vault is a moonshot, a $500 billion moonshot funded by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, to be precise. But while excavation and planning are underway, the risks are as high as the ambition. What if the funding dries up? What if the technology doesn't perform? What if the mental toll of underground living becomes a real issue? These are not minor what-ifs. NEOM insists that redundancies, backup systems, and flexibility are being baked into the vault's very foundation. Early construction is progressing, and by 2030, the first residents may be moving into the first phase. Whether it becomes a dystopian flop or the first model of post-surface living, the vault will go down as one of the boldest urban experiments in modern history. If this journey into the future of underground living blew your mind, imagine what's coming next. Hit that like button if you're ready to trade traffic jams for teleporting pods. Subscribe for more epic stories where science fiction becomes real life. Got thoughts on the vault? Drop a comment. We'd love to hear if you'd live underground. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a peek into the world of tomorrow.